Winning the NFL MVP is an honor for any recipient. However, there's a downside to being named the most valuable player in the regular season. That is, if you choke in the playoffs, you're labeled as an underachiever who can't handle the pressure. At least sometimes that's the case. We've seen a number of players put up insanely awesome MVP seasons, only to fall apart in the playoffs. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into the 10 NFL MVPs who choked in the playoffs. And we do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Tom Brady, 2007. Brady set a record with 50 touchdown passes in 2007, leading the New England Patriots to the very first 16-0 regular season in NFL history. But Brady's performance in the playoffs was lackluster at best. He threw 3 interceptions in the AFC Championship game against the San Diego Chargers, but was bailed out by his defense. In Super Bowl 42, the New York Giants sacked Brady 5 times and forced 1 fumble off him. He had just 1 touchdown pass, and the Patriots were held to 14 points. The Giants pulled off the greatest upset in Super Bowl history. Number 9, Adrian Peterson, 2012. Peterson took home the MVP in 2012 after rushing for 2,097 yards and 12 touchdowns, propelling the Minnesota Vikings to the postseason. Many faced their arch rivals, the Green Bay Packers, in the opening round of the playoffs. Peterson was shut down by a mediocre Packers defense. They held AP to 99 yards on 22 carries and kept him out of the end zone. This was a week after he gashed them for 199 yards and a touchdown in Week 17. The Packers won the opening round playoff matchup 24-10. Number 8, Matt Ryan, 2016. It feels wrong putting Matty Ice up here. He did hammer the Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers in the NFC playoffs to help Atlanta reach Super Bowl 51 against the New England Patriots. Yes, he tossed 2 touchdowns and didn't throw an interception, but he lost 1 fumble, took untimely sacks, and was shut out of the game's final 1.5 quarters. Matty Ice Cold allowed the Patriots to overcome a 25-point deficit in the second half to win the Super Bowl. All he needed was 1 more score to put it away, and he failed. Number 7, Peyton Manning, 2013. Manning broke the records for most touchdowns and passing yards in a season with 55 and 5,477 respectively. The Broncos set a record for points scored in a season with 606. Manning played decently against the San Diego Chargers in the AFC divisional round. Then he had a 400-yard performance in the AFC Championship against the Patriots to lead Denver to a Super Bowl. And then, 2 interceptions and a snap over his head for safety, and an all-out disaster in Super Bowl 48. The Seattle Seahawks held Denver to 8 points, and Manning's MVP season was overshadowed by an embarrassment in the big game. Number 6, Roman Gabriel, 1969. Gabriel's 24 touchdown passes led the NFL. He also had 2,549 passing yards, an 86.8 rating, and threw just 7 interceptions. His Rams faced the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs, but Gabriel's lackluster performance led to a one-and-done postseason. Gabriel threw for just 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He was sacked 3 times as the Vikings beat the Rams 23-20. Number 5, Aaron Rodgers, 2011. A year after winning Super Bowl 45 with the Green Bay Packers, Rodgers had a season for the ages in 2011. He tossed 4,643 yards and had 45 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions. The Packers went 15-1 and looked poised to win their 2nd straight championship. The Packers faced the 9-win New York Giants in the NFC divisional round. Rodgers was sacked 4 times, had just 2 touchdowns against 1 interception and 1 lost fumble. His 78.5 rating was far from Rodgers' best, and the Giants smacked Green Bay 37-20. Number 4, Peyton Manning, 2004. Manning threw for just 4,557 yards and then a record 49 touchdown passes during the 2004 season. The Colts went 12-4 and looked poised to finally reach the Super Bowl. After a 4-touchdown game against the Denver Broncos in the wild card round, Manning crapped in the bed in Foxborough against the New England Patriots. Peyton had a woeful 69.3 passer rating and was held to 238 yards. No touchdowns and an interception as the Colts offense managed just 3 points. Once again, Bill Belichick outsmarted the sheriff. Number 3, Tom Brady, 2010. Brady made the 2010 season look way too easy to the point where it was totally unfair. He recorded 3,900 yards and 36 touchdowns against just 4 interceptions. The Patriots cruised to a 14-2 record and looked destined to win their 4th Super Bowl. It couldn't have gotten any easier against the New York Jets, who were led by quarterback Mark Sanchez. But Brady was sacked 5 times, threw an interception, and saw his Patriots score just 21 points, as the Jets of all teams, led by Mark Sanchez of all quarterbacks, shocked New England inside their own stadium. Brady missed plenty of open receivers all game long and seemed just way off. Number 2, Johnny Unitas, 1964. Unitas and the Baltimore Colts dominated the NFL in 1964. He tossed 2,824 yards and 19 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions. Incredibly high numbers in the 1960s. Unitas and his Colts faced the Cleveland Browns in the 1964 NFL Championship game. Unitas completed just 12 passes for 95 yards and tossed a pair of interceptions. Cleveland shut out the Colts 27-0. Not exactly an MVP performance for Unitas. And number 1, Burt Jones, 1976. Jones propelled the Baltimore Colts to the playoffs after a season for the ages in 1976. He completed 60.3% of his pass attempts for 3,104 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions with a 102.5 rating. The Colts faced the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs, but Jones received a rude awakening from the Steel Curtain defense. He completed just 11 passes for 144 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and was sacked 5 times for a putrid 42.8 rating. An MVP season all for nothing. What other NFL MVPs choked in the playoffs? Join us in the comments section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.